Hey guys, um, before I get really deep into this, yep, sort of rant, I want to just clarify that if it's going to kind of delve into, like, some, like, really pretty dark topics regarding mental health, so stuff about, like, suicide and all that stuff, so if you don't want to hear about that, click off now. Comes to my like mental health, it's been a thing that's been like I would say deteriorating for the past I don't know like years, like a good few years. I think this was mostly particular. Like I think most of its deterioration kind of happened last year, because last year was not a good year for me. Especially around winter time, I fell into probably one of the most darkest places I've ever been in my mind. Like this period, I did not feel like a person. I still don't feel like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't feel human. I don't mean like, oh, I'm an alien or whatever the fuck, but I just don't feel real. Like life doesn't feel real to me anymore. It's very strange, but this really dark spot during winter time, I didn't want to be alive. Like I wanted to die. I wanted to fucking kill myself. And like that whole period, that whole year, man, I thought about that like so many times. It was rough. It was so awful. I think as well it's really just god awful for me, because I felt quite alone as well during this time. Not only because of what was going on in my head, but especially with socializing, because for me, I struggle to socialize, and for me, I think a lot of it kind of stems from like when I do try to talk to people, it seems like no one seems to understand how I actually feel about stuff, which could be a fault of my own. You know, maybe I don't say things right away, but I think I'm pretty direct when I talk. But the other thing as well, I just feel like people don't give a fuck about me. Just semi-fair, you know, like, well, it's pretty fair because, well, people aren't obligated to give a fuck about me. Yeah, but I do, like, struggle quite a lot with, like, a lot of stuff in my head. Like, my head is quite, like, probably one of the biggest messes ever. It's a lot of stress, there's a lot of horrific, just not great thoughts. I think probably the weirdest one is probably like the hallucinations I experience. I have kind of said this before, kind of like with people, but I'll explain like probably some of the main ones. One of my main experiences with like hallucinations is I'll like see things. So I'll see like shadows. I'll see like shadows like move, or I'll like see things move, like people. It gets very weird. Like one time, I was sitting on like the side of my bed, and I looked over to my doorway, and down the hall, and I just see like this melted face, stare at me from around the corner of the stairway. I like freak out. Like I grab a baseball bat and search my entire house, and no one's there. Like of course, because you know, no one's in. And I remember that freaking me out. I know it kind of just follows like a one-off thing. I was like my eyes playing tricks, but these things kind of started to happen a lot more. But these hallucinations happened a lot more during that really horrible period of my time, of my life. Like I was experiencing quite a lot of these. just these like hallucinate. I don't know. It's like it's hallucinations, or it's like, I don't know, negative energy in a way. Like I was just bringing in like just something just awful. And man, it's just it has sucked. Like sometimes I will experience really weird shit like that, but not as like barely as much as I did last year. I think like as well when it comes to like my mental health, I do struggle like quite a lot with it. It's very hard for me to fucking deal with it at times. But I do manage. I do try my best. But I have noticed like I'm starting to deteriorate like again, and it's like really scaring me, man. It's like a lot of times I spend most of my day just not talking to anyone, even friends, even family. Man, I'm just like kind of in my own head all the times. You know, I barely sleep properly, which is probably adds to all the shit in my brain. But even at that, even when I do get like enough sleep, man, it's just horrible. Like my hygiene's like it's getting bad. I don't want to go into details, but like it's getting really bad. And then just I don't know what other way to put this, but there's a lot of times where I don't see the purpose of like not the purpose. I just don't see the point of just existing. I don't mean to like come off as like an atheist that like doesn't believe in anything when I say shit like that, but because like for me, I think I'm pretty spiritual. Like I think I'm a very spiritual person. Not like Christian. So say more kind of like just new age spirituality stuff, you know, like manifestations, ghosts, demons, all that shit. I'll explain that. I'll like talk about that stuff in another video, maybe in the future. But I'm more just talking about my mind at the moment. My mind does quite, you know, struggle with like a lot of shit. And I fucking hate it. You know, like I like to kind of just post these yap videos just to, like get all this out of my chest, because like I'm really like I'm guilty of just bottling a lot of stuff inside of me and just not talking to a single soul about this, which is of course, you know, not good, because if you hold it in, man, it comes out of your body in very weird ways. You know, like a lot of stress. It's not good. I've kind of gotten better though. There's a lot of things that have improved in my life. You know, I feel like a lot more confident in myself, especially from last year. Like I feel like very confident in myself. Socially, I'm a bit better. You know, it's pretty good. I'm like exercising quite a lot. I think it's been very good for my mind. As well too, just trying to eat clean. As you know, there's like a lot of other stuff I can like talk about. But right now I just kind of want to focus all this on like my mental health. Just because like I want to keep to one topic. But yeah, that was just kind of it, you know, kind of, I feel like I'm entering like the really early stages of schizophrenia, or psychosis, one or the other. It does not feel great. It's just been a very weird time for me in life. You know, like, I'm just really scared of my mind at the moment, because a lot of times, like my mind gets like really down at times, and it's just not. It's not good. Like, cause like I know like I do withdraw quite a lot. Like the way I work in school, you know, it's really declining. Like, my sleep's fucked. You know, my motivation to like do anything is just like really dropped, and just God. It's not even that, man. Like my mind just like feels quite hazy a lot of the time. Everything feels kind of dreamlike. You know, I find it really, really hard to remember things. Like I can remember a lot of things, but like a lot of details that I probably should know. Like they're very hard to like remember. But yeah, I think I'm kind of going insane. But it feels so minor that I don't really think like any health official would care or give a single fuck about. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. Before I end this, I just kind of want to say that you're not alone when it comes to life. You know, like you have friends that do give a shit about you. You have family that gives a fuck about you. You know, there are people that do care about you. You know, and if the going gets really, really rough, get help. Just don't sit with it alone. Please get help. And if you've managed to watch this to the end, thank you so much. I love you. And stay tuned for some more random shit that I'll probably talk about in the future.